Welcome to Quarter 4, Week 8, Grade 4 Mathematics. Express outcome in a simple experiment in words, symbols, tables, or graphs, and explain outcomes in an experiment. After going through this lesson, you are expected to identify the terms used in simple experiments, perform simple probability experiments, express the outcome in different forms, explain the outcomes of the experiments, and acknowledge the importance of probability in real-life situations. Lesson 1. Express the outcome in a simple experiment. Simple probability experiment is performed to determine and record the probability that an event may occur when an experiment is conducted. An experiment is a process for the purpose of discovering an unknown or to prove something. The results that we obtain from the experiment are called the outcomes. The outcome of an experiment can be expressed in words, symbols, tables, or graphs using the formula probability P of the event is equal to the number of success divided by the number of trials. An event is a set of outcomes of an experiment to which a probability is assigned. Lesson 1.1. Express the outcome of an experiment in words and symbols. There are different levels in probability. Look at the probability line below. The probability is 0 when it is impossible to happen. It is unlikely when there is small chance to happen. You will get an even chance if there are two possible outcomes, like tossing of a coin. It's either the head or the tail will show up. It is likely if the probability has a higher chance, and the probability is 1 if it is sure or certain to happen. Example 1. Question: from tossing a coin, what is the probability that the tail will show up? Answer: the probability of the tail to show up is 1 out of 2 or 1/2. Explanation: you will get an even chance when you toss a coin. Either the head or the tail will show up. Example 2. Question: what is the probability of picking a red marble from a jar that contains 7 red marbles and 3 blue marbles? Answer: the probability of picking a red marble is 7 out of 10 or 7/10. Explanation: the probability of picking the red marble is higher or likely to happen because there are more numbers of red marbles than the blue marbles. Example 3. Question: what is the probability of getting 7 when you roll a die? Answer: the probability of getting 7 if you roll a die is 0. Explanation: the probability is 0 or impossible to happen because there are only 6 faces in a die, which correspond to numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, there is no number 7 in a die. Lesson 1.2. Express the outcome of an experiment in tables. To express the outcome of an experiment in tables, conduct an experiment and record the outcome of the experiment in every trial. Example 1. A spinner has 4 colors: red, yellow, blue, and green. Spin the spinner 20 times and express your outcome of your experiment in a table. What is the probability of getting the green color? So you make a table, you have 20 trials, and write the color of the outcome. Based on the table, the results showed that the green color appeared 7 times out of 20 trials. If we express the probability using the formula, we have probability or P of an event is equal to the number of successes divided by the number of trials. The probability to get the green color is equal to 7 out of 20, in which 7 is the number of successes and 20 is the number of trials. Example 2. What is the probability of getting 5s if we roll a die 30 times? In every roll of the die, put a mark on the tally column for every number that appear. Add the tally marks and write the number in the frequency column. Express the probability using the formula. So here is the probability chart. Based on the result, we can say that the number of times the number 5 land on top is 8 out of 30 rolls. Remember, this is an experiment. You may get different results. Probability for 5s is equal to 8 out of 30, in which 8 is the number of times the number 5 appeared, and 30 is the total number of trials. We simplify it as 4 out of 15, or 27%. Lesson 1.3. Express the outcome of an experiment in graph. Let us construct a graph using the table in example 1, where we conducted an experiment to spin a spinner 20 times. Example 1, spinner experiment. This is the table of spinner spun 20 times. Here is the number of successes and the colors which you can see in the spinner. The graph shows that red color in the spinner has 4 number of successes. Color blue has 5. Color yellow has 4. And color green has 7 number of success. Example 2, rolling a die. From the graph, you can see that the faces of a die were shaded to its corresponding number of successes that the face landed on top. The one's face landed on top 6 times. 2 was landed on top 4 times. 3 was 6 times. 4 was 2 times. 5 landed on top 8 times. And 6 was landed on top 4 times. Remember, simple probability experiment is performed to determine and record the probability that an event may occur when an experiment is conducted. An experiment is a process in which we perform several trials to measure the chance of an event occurring in the future. An outcome is the results that we obtain from the experiment. The formula to calculate the probability is the number of favorable outcomes over the number of total outcomes, or it can be presented by the formula probability of an event is equal to the number of successes or favorable outcome divided by the number of trials or total outcomes. An event is a set of outcomes of an experiment to which a probability is assigned. The outcome of an experiment can be expressed in words, symbols, tables, or graphs.